Whatever way it is, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Roz, and I am a co-owner of Wakana. Yes, I am a co-owner of an online dispensary, but more importantly, there are things that I'm about to share with you that are time sensitive, and that's why the person who invited you here wanted you to see this powerful information, because it's time for you to be in a position to leave a legacy, to do some things for your own life, for your family, for your children. And like the scripture says, leave an inheritance for your children's children. So that being said, let's jump right in. All right. I'm excited to share this information. Here we go.
While so many industries struggled during the pandemic, the CBD industry grew over 30%. Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage effect. We provide a certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We're one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flower, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company, we are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. That's why I wanted you to know who we are, because you need to know what we're all about for you to make a conscious, intentional decision about some things that may be of benefit to you today. See, it's not just about getting involved with the company or associating with the company. It's a movement. And when I first heard the word cannabis, because that's what we're talking about, it left up flags, red flags for me, because I've been in ministry since 1980. So I really wasn't trying to do marijuana. But then I realized that there was a negative stigma. And there's information that I did not know about that I'm hoping you're going to understand today. And that's why that's our vision, to help end that negative stigma, because it's causing our communities to suffer and to lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the plant. And it's also keeping us from getting into this legal space as an entrepreneur, a formulator, an investor, and really have the courage and strength to take back your health, your wealth, your legacy, and your freedom. Now, this presentation today, I'm really going to focus on the entrepreneurial side of what we're talking about, and even hopefully you have an investment type mind. Let me first introduce you to these 4 phenomenal women, because they are the co-founders of Wakana. Yes, we are the first female African-American owned CBD cannabis company in the Midwest. And I'm gonna push the envelope a little bit and say probably in the whole country, because you probably won't find 4 phenomenal women like this that are in leadership. But it starts off with our CMO. We call them our C-suite. She's our chief medical officer. And she's Dr. Rita J. McGuire. She's been an obstetrician gynecologist for over 30 plus years. She's delivered over 8,000 babies. And let me tell you something, this lady is such an expert in the field of cannabis that she would testify. The governor of the state of Illinois asked her to testify in front of the Judiciary Committee when they were trying to make a decision about the legalization and taxation of the entire plant. And of course, you may or may not know, but Illinois is one of those states where everything is legal. And she was very instrumental in helping to make that happen. Dr. Patricia Van Pelt, She's my mentor. She's the reason my husband and I got involved in the business. And this lady, I mean, I don't know how she has the time to do it all, but she does it. She's an author. She's an entrepreneur. She's a philanthropist. She's a third-term state senator, and she's an evangelist. And she's our interim chief financial officer, as well as the president of the company. And some of us call her our mindset guru because she's always helping us work on our mindset toward wealth. Melissa Boston, that's the brains behind it all. She's the visionary. Yes, she's our chief executive officer, our CEO. And she was taking a plane trip to go visit and go to a memorial service of a friend of hers whose mother had passed away, and heard that word Wakana. Not Wakanda, like Black Panther, but Wakana. And she wasn't thinking at that time about even starting a company because she was already the CEO of a cannabis company where she came out of retirement at the age of 33 and a half years old to even get into the direct selling industry and never turned back. But she took that company from $8,000 to $250,000 in just about 8 months. And then she started her own company. And my goodness, she's a social media strategist because she's already built teams in over 46 countries. And that's why we call her the hardest working CEO in the world. Phyllis Nash is our chief sales officer. Yes, Phyllis has only had 2 jobs in her lifetime. She's always, once she got a taste of direct selling, social selling, direct marketing, she never turned back. She's helped restaurants get on the map. She's been a real estate developer, and she's built a 7-figure income for herself. But that's not really what's important. She's taught others how to do it. And that's why we call her our midwife of Wakana. And together, collectively, these 4 phenomenal women make up the co-founders of Wakana. Now, you see that number? I really want you to get a hold of that number because that number is going to be very instrumental in your decision making. Our company is less than 3 years old. Yes, you heard me right. We started on 4/20 of 2019. Just shy of just past 2.5 years. And we've already done $5.5 million. Now, if we've done that in that short period of time, I need you to think about where we're going, right? And there's a reason I'm asking you that. See, the reason we can talk about what we're talking about is because what we're talking about is completely legal in all 50 states. You see, it started in 2014 when President Obama passed a bill to generate and protect the research into hemp. But then in 2018, there was another bill passed. And that bill made provisions for hemp to be regulated, and the legislation made it a mainstream crop. That's right. It's legal in all 50 states on the federal level. Then state after state, governor after governor came on board and provided that hemp would be legal in their states. That's why they're projecting that by the year 2024, this industry will reach 20 billion. Oh, hello, that's with a B, $20 billion. Now, where do you want to be when that 20 billion hits? You want to be in that industry or looking at that industry. See, Wakana already made a decision. And that's why we have strategically put certain products in other industries that are already billion and trillion dollar industries. Now, the CBD industry has already excelled $7 billion, and we have CBD products. But now we have products in the weight loss and wellness and hair care and skin care and essential oil industries that have already been billion and trillion dollar industries. So that was such a smart thing to do. And when you understand what we're talking about, your understanding opens up to a whole nother level. See, this cannabis plant, and I didn't know this cannabis plant has 2 species. Now, maybe you're like me and you only knew about the one side of the coin, marijuana. That's why when you see the word cannabis, you just like, oh no, yeah. Some of you say, oh yeah. It just depends on who you are. But you understand THC and CBD are in both sides of the plant. But marijuana, the reason it gives you the high is because it's high in THC and it's very low in CBD. But the hemp side of the plant is high in CBD and very low in THC. We're talking about what's legal is 0.3% or less, a very trace amount. Doesn't give you the high. That's why we call it health without the high. Now, I could go on and on. Of course, I'm not a medical doctor. My doctor's in theology and divinity. But let me let you hear the science behind what we're talking about by a retired cardiologist.
Hello, my name is Dr. David Allen. I'm a retired cardiac surgeon and member of the International Cannabinoid Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid research scientist. And I'm here to tell you about the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and the significance and how it will change medicine. And we discovered the endocannabinoid system about 30 years ago, and we really didn't understand the significance of its discovery. And so we found out that this is a chemical communication that your body has. It's not electrical, it's chemical, and it's kind of like the hormone systems that people are familiar with. And your body makes these cannabinoids. They're endogenous, so they're endocannabinoids, and they perform some miraculous functions in the body. And we're just learning the significance of these functions. And basically, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for homeostasis. Most people don't understand what that really means, but it's the body's ability to maintain itself and function in the proper environment. And so it's critically important that that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand this new science. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. And I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So more people will be saved by manipulation of the endocannabinoid system than are currently saved by surgery.
Check that out. Did you really hear what he said? See, there are already over 20,000 peer reviews for doctors and anyone to do the studies, but studies have shown already that CBD is assisting in so many things. How many of you know somebody who's just living with pain, going to sleep with pain, getting up with pain, going to work with pain, it won't go away? I mean, it's become their new norm. And they don't recognize that pain and anxiety and inflammation, oh my God, inflammation is the culprit behind so much diabetes and high blood pressure and so many things that we're dealing with. And CBD may assist. It's helping to change people's lives. It's helping them to get their life back. It's managing blood sugar and all these things that you see. And that's why our product line has become so vast. I mean, we have products that help in the bedroom, all the way to products that help with hair, when you're losing your hair loss through alopecia or stress. Hand sanitizer to help you with, that doesn't make your hand turn white because it's got alcohol. We've got flat belly gummies. We've got flat belly coffee that's like a gourmet style coffee. We've got pain creams to help with arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis and just pains in your back and your legs, your feet, your knees. People that are on their way to surgery with bone-on surgery have started using these products. Water solubles to put in your waters and your cocktail and your mocktail and the shakes and your smoothies. Even products to cook with. It's products that you can use to bake with, product you use to season your foods with. And we have an essential oils. And then we have an entire hair care system to save our strands. We even have the premium flour that is 100 milligrams of CBD. And we have smokable products that are safe, that are sealed. Listen, the list goes on and on. But we even went to another level because they're telling some of you that you can't take CBD because you have random drug tests. Listen, our power products are 100% legal. They have 0.3% or less of THC. Still doesn't give you high, but that 0.3 is a trace amount. Depending on how your body metabolizes, it could show up. So we've got you. We have a pure line, has a white label, less than 0.0% of the THC. Still very powerful. Still very useful. People are getting so many results. but that gives you your comfort level because you're having those random drug tests, and now you'll be safe. But the best thing that I can tell you about everything that we do, before I tell you about how you can get a piece of this, is that the products work. We have real results with real people and a full medical advisory board that's run by Dr. Rita. I'm talking about all kinds of doctors, from chiropractors to PharmDs. We've got clinical psychologists, child psychologists, general practitioners, LVNs and RNs, you name it. And they're doctor recommended. They recommend the products. They use the products themselves, and they use the products and recommend them for their patients and their families. Well, let me tell you something. That being said, think about the time that we're in. Think about in your lifetime, what have you seen come and go? What have you seen come and stay? Facebook is here. Let me ask you a question. What is so common about these companies like Facebook and Instagram and Uber and Google? They've changed our lives. They've made an impact. They've changed the way that we do things. But the question is, were you at the table? Were you in the back room when the idea was there? Were you there for somebody to say, put some money into this? Because if you were, you probably wouldn't be sitting at this table right now. See, I missed even Bitcoin when it was just under $1, because the people who did that right now, 50,000, no matter where it is now, they are already made millions. But were you at the table? What happened? Nobody made it available to you. Well, let me tell you something. Clap your hands, give God the praise, thank your partner, thank the person who invited you here, because CBD is just getting started and you're here right now. You're here right now. It's already raking in billions, and it's not about to stop anytime soon. But Wakana has made a window of opportunity available to you. I'm telling you, you need to kiss the person, thank them, give them a fist pump or something, because they have exposed you to the opportunity of a lifetime that you can become an owner in this space, not just a consumer, but you can become an owner in this space, in this same space that they kept us out of, in this same space that they've, hit some people on the hand while they locked up our Black and brown boys. But it's now for you time to become an owner, where you can participate in the quarterly gross revenue of the company. Yes, 1%. 1% of the gross revenue is set aside every single month, and you can get a piece of that. Let me tell you how. Just because you're here, maybe you never heard about Wakana, maybe you didn't even understand that we were talking about CBD and that this was safe and this was legal, or maybe you're somebody that they did tell you about it and you just said, let me test it out, and you got our 30-day test drive. Or maybe you stepped your feet in the water just a little bit and you got one of our stimulus or millennial or personal dispensaries in the past, where you are now eligible to become a new founding member by getting our founding member dispensary for $1,679.95. And I forgot to say just $16.79. You know why I say just? Because see, if you know anything about the cannabis space, to get a cannabis dispensary, like people are doing in states where everything is legal, it costs millions of dollars. It costs $100,000 just to get a license without a guarantee that you're even going to get the license. But we want you to get into this space and get your share, one share of that 1%, where all the founding members together collectively share in that 1%. You can get one share for $16.79, or you can get two shares. We're going to even open it up so you can not only just get one, but you can get two. Now you say, okay, get two, hold up, wait a minute. That's about $3,400, $3,300, isn't it? No. See, this is the step that we take because we want to empower every person that listens to the sound of our voice, because you can get that second share for half the cost. You heard me right. Anywhere else that you go, when you get one share of something, you got to pay one cost. And if you want two, you got to pay double the amount, but not at Wakana. You can get two shares as a brand new founding member and get one share for $16.79, and the second share is half price. And then we're going to take it a step further. We're going to give you tons of product. Oh my God. You see this list of products. We're talking about our Oud body oil and our gummies and our Hemp MD and our Power Hemp Pranium, which is our flagship product, and our King T'Challa, which is a mushroom capsules. Oh my goodness. And then we got brand new product, but I know it says one of this and one of that. But when you get this package, you get twice the amount. 2 times everything you see on this screen. When you see that extreme pain relief sample jar, sampling pain cream for people, that's 16 of those instead of 8. And then just released, hot off the press, Culinary Infusions Flight 500. Yes, that's MCT coconut oil infused with Delta 8. All it takes is just about a few drops, 3 drops. Put that in your oils and your sauces and your brownies and your salads, and now you're infusing that into your favorite healthy dishes and enhancing the benefits for your entire family. And then if you need to, we'll go a step further. We'll even let you put 50% down on this particular package. And then in 30 days, pay the difference. That's $839, and then pay $839 in 30 days. And if you do this before November the 1st, we're going to even extend it to the point where you get 2,000 points. Now, I don't know, you may or may not understand what that means, but I'm going to show you in just a minute how powerful that is, because with those points that we give you, it helps you rank in our company. It helps you be in a position that you can even get more shares without paying more money. And of course, if you pay 50% down, you'll get half the points now and the other half of the points later. But then watch this. Extra, read all about it. Cash back. Yes, we're going to give you cash money back. So that brought the $1,600 down $200. And then we're going to give you loyalty points. That's where you can take $200 and spend it on product, because there's some other product that's not in this package that you might want to try for yourself. And then because we are so strong, and one of the things that makes our company so different is that we educate. And we're so focused on education. We have a Wakana University that you will be able to attend for yourself, but we're going to give you 2 vouchers to attend, one for you and one for you to give away to someone else. And then because you may or may decide, some of you will decide, I'm going to do this and I'm going to have my, get those quarterly revenue and just let it roll. And then others of you may decide, I'm going to tell this to somebody else. I'm going to share this with somebody else. Well, guess what? That makes you a broker. When you decide to do that, we're going to activate your broker key so that you can not only share this with other people, but benefit from sharing it with other people. Because you will have your own online dispensary website. Yes, replicated with your name on it, that you can send a link out to anybody you want to if you choose to do so. And guess what? You make commissions every time they buy from that website 24/7, 365 days a year, whatever time zone they live in. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's called make money while you sleep. And then we're going to even be a blessing to the person who invited you here, who told you about this, because they're going to be your sponsor and they get $200, $100 in commission and $100 in loyalty points just for telling you. Now, what if you told somebody? That means you get the $100 commission and the $100 in loyalty points. But then there's another person that may be watching me. And this may not be your first rodeo. You may have already been exposed to Wakana. Matter of fact, you might have joined our business with a full crown jewel dispensary. Well, guess what? We did not forget about you. You are eligible to become a founding member again, get another share of the pie. Or you might be one of those persons like my husband and I who became founding members the first year was open. See, this is our 3rd year opening up this window. Now, I don't know how much longer this is going to happen, because at some point the window is going to close. But it opens right now once a year. And this is the 3rd year. So if you're like myself, I got a founding member, a share the first year. And last year I got 2 more and I maxed out. But now I got another one this year. And guess what? All we had to pay was $839.95. That's what you have to pay right now. That's it. And if you want to get more than one, you just pay double that price, $839.95. Only if you've gotten 2 before, you can still get 2 more. And yes, you're going to get some product, Not as much as that person who just got the $1,600 package, but my God, look at all this product you're getting. The flat belly coffee and the gummy sample pack and the extreme pain relief sample pack. Oh my God, that by itself is amazing to be able to sample that to people as you're around them from your day-to-day, living from day to day. You run into people that are in pain. And then cash back for you too. $100 cash back and $100 in loyalty points. That means you can take $100 to shop with. And if you have not achieved the ranking of Sapphire in our company yet, we're going to extend the 6-month period of time that you can get paid as if you were a Sapphire. And then you're going to get, your sponsor is going to be blessed again for $50 in commission and $50 in loyalty points. Now, you can use your debit card, you can use your credit card, you can use your e-wallet, but just know that the credit card does have a 5% processing fee, but there's a way to avoid that processing fee if you choose to do so, and that's by sending in a cashier's check or a money order to Wakana. That'll avoid that 5% processing fee. But listen, however you want to do it, if you've got money in your e-wallet, for those of you that know what I'm talking about who are already in the business, you've got money in that electronic wallet, you can use part of that if you don't have enough and put the rest on your debit card, your credit card. If you're in Chicago, you can walk through the doors and say, take it from my e-wallet, here's the rest of the cash, pay it all. I mean, it doesn't matter, just get in, just get your shares. And we understand now that the maximum total through all these years we've done it is 4. Oh, I was so glad to hear that because it was 3. I had my 3. Now I've got the max 4. And even understanding for everyone, there is a 3 customer requirement. What does that mean? The way that you get paid those shares, that sharing of the 1% that's set aside every single month that we share in all the founding members, the only requirement is that you will have 3 customers sales on your website. Now, that's very simple. Let me tell you how simple that is, because that could be you, yourself, and I. That's the way I call it, me, myself, and I. That could be you and 2 other customers. You are one of them. And there's no quota. There's no amount of the sale that it has to be. It doesn't have to be a certain price or anything. It could be the least expensive or the most expensive. Doesn't matter. But you and 2 other customers. Even if you need to buy them all, they just need to be 3 different names and 3 different email addresses. And then guess what? If you have 1 share, all you need is 3 customers. If you have 2 shares, all you need is 3 customers. If you have 3 or 4 shares, all you need is 3 customers. But then there's a way for you to have more shares without paying more money. Who does that? Who does that? I mean, if you go to any company, any industry, and you say, okay, I want a share, they're going to say, this is how much it costs for you to have that share. And if you want additional shares, it's going to cost more money, but not at Wakana. And so now I'm talking to those people who decide that you want to build the business. Some of you will decide that you just want to have your shares, chill, don't worry about nothing. Good, that's fine. This is the season to be able to do that. But if you want to have more shares without paying more money, then you share with other people who share with other people who share with other people. And when you do that, you start hitting certain ranks in our company, like Pearl, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. And every time you hit those rankings in any given month, it increases your shares. What do I mean? If you have 1 share and you hit Pearl, Pearl is 2,000 points. And we'll talk about that when we get into our trainings and teach you how to do it. But now your 1 share just turned into 3 shares for that month. If you hit Sapphire, your 1 share turned into 6 shares for that particular month. 6 times whatever the amount of the share is for that given month. And what if you have more than 1 share, like I do? I've got 4 shares. So let's just say this month I hit Ruby. That means my 1 share turns into 8 plus the other 3. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 times the amount of the share for that particular month. And the amount of the share it changes from month to month. If you hit Diamond, you got 12 times. That would be 12, 13, 14, 15. That would be 15 times whatever the amount of the share is. Oh my goodness, I'm just getting excited just thinking about it. But what if you didn't get your 3 customers? Because I know life gets in the way. So let's just say, hypothetically, you got 3 customers for January. You got 3 customers for February, but March you got busy, you forgot, time passed, it slipped up on you, and you didn't get them for March. Well, the quarterly income comes out in April the 15th for that first quarter. So when you get paid, you're going to get paid for January, you're going to get paid for February, and you won't get paid for March. But guess what? You don't lose your status as a founding member. You don't lose your shares. You just wouldn't get paid for that particular month. See, normally it takes a business, according to freshbooks.com and smallbusiness.com, in conventional terms, it takes them 2 to 3 years. Did you hear what I said? We've done $5.5 million in cumulative sales in less than 3 years. We've been in profit every single year since the day we opened the doors. That's a clue, guys, of where we're headed. We will be the most reputable cannabis CBD company in the world, as well as the most profitable. So really, we can't call this an investment, because investments are based on profit. This 1% that's set aside for us to share in is gross income, before profits, before expenses are paid out. So literally, if you qualify for any share, and what do I mean by qualify? Get your 3 sales on your website. You already bought your shares, then you are guaranteed a payout based on the value of the share, no matter what. And then if you really do the math, you paid $1,600 or $800, but we're giving you $100 or $200 cash back. We're giving you $100 or $200 in loyalty points for you to spend. That's like having cash. It's a win-win scenario. And even distributors, you got product. You can actually sell your product and make back every dollar that you spend. And to top it all off, your name is on the wall. Oh my God. Your name is on the founder's wall. My husband and I went to Chicago. We looked up at the wall and saw our names on both walls because we've bought them first year and the second year. And you know what that really means? It's not just about having your name on the wall, but can you imagine your grandkids or your great grandkids one day looking up and seeing your name on the wall as a founding member? And that meant you were there. That meant that you did not let another opportunity pass you by. You might not have been there for Microsoft and Apple and Netflix and all those other companies, but you're here today. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? What's your decision today? Again, thank the person who invited you. Let them know I am ready to be a founding member. What do I have to do? They've got a website, and they'll guide you through the process so that you can start being a recipient of these wonderful shares that are available to us, that 1% that's set aside. Thank you guys for coming. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop recording.